YouTube, is Brian Proctor back again with another video, and this is another installment in the series I Want to Draw That Picture. Now, if you are new to this, or if this is your first time seeing this video or my channel, I do a series called I Want to Draw This Picture because a lot of artists, well, I'm going to say all artists at one point in time see a picture and they want to draw it. I don't know why we always want to redraw pictures, but we do. But they want to draw it, and then especially being beginning artists, we really don't get it right, and we're frustrated and don't know why. So this series is designed for all those beginner artists that want to draw these pictures that they see, to help them by me showing you steps that will make drawing a picture or reproducing a picture a lot easier, and it'll look a lot more like the picture itself. So hopefully you'll understand that poor description I just said. But anyway, today we are going to draw this Spider Gwen picture. Now this is a statue. This is not a drawing. I don't like to recreate drawings or have beginner artists try to recreate drawings, because basically you're just trying to copy that artist's drawing line for line. And I want you to be able to develop your own style, because that's what art is about, developing your own style. So by using statues, you'll draw it in your style, not somebody else's, not your favorite artist's style, and you won't be worried about cross-hatching and so forth. That stuff you can add in later, because that's how you develop your own style. So this is more of eye-hand coordination, and I show you things like negative space and measuring, where what goes to what, to make it easier for you to draw. So without further ado and that long intro, let's get into drawing Spider Gwen. All right, let's get going with Spider Gwen. Now the first thing I'm noticing in my monitor, because I'm actually able to see it while I'm drawing it now, is it's a little dark. My picture is really light because I can see the pink and blue spider webs in her hood. It might come out in the end when I upload it, but what I'm seeing now is really dark. So I'll do that detail. You might not be able to see it, but I'll do that detail as I draw it. So I don't do a lot of women because YouTube starts to trip about monetization. But for me, thinking about it, it's about learning. So I'm going to start doing more women because people want to do women as well. So whether I get monetized or demonetized or whatever they call it, it's about me teaching you guys how to draw. So let's go and do this thing now. So the first thing you want to do is you don't want to just start drawing the face. A lot of people will see one thing and they'll start drawing that, and then you're doomed for failure when you do that. The first thing you do is look at your overall picture, get that composition in your head, and you want to say to yourself, you want to do borders on your paper and say, I don't want to go past this and I don't want to go past that. Then you take that basic shape of that, which is, you can see that it comes down like this. You can actually do a kind of a rectangle with this sticking out. You want to do that basic shape first to, number one, make it line up on your paper, and two, have the right size. Well, basically 1 and 2 the same. You want to keep it in your paper. You want to be able to put it on your paper nicely. You don't want it stuck in a corner somewhere and one part comes off, so you want to be able to balance it on your paper nicely somewhere. So this is going to be like the length of her body here, and let's just say the leg is going to come out here, and this is just basic shapes like that, and then you have this pole right about here. So I shouldn't come out of my border. I'll make this a little darker so you guys can see this. So now I have the basic shape that I need of her. So then I'll start with, let's just say, because I have it here, let's just say I'll start with the head. I usually don't do the head first, but things are subject to change. So then I'll do the torso, which is an oval, go down to the waist or the hips, and then go down to the leg. And the leg is going to be the longest thing. So if this is too long, that leg is going to come way out, because if you look at it, getting into measuring, that leg should be way up here from the stand. So if the stand is right here, the leg should be about right here. So if that's too big, that leg is going to actually come past that. So we want to kind of keep you want to measure. You want to always see where something is in relevant to something else. So let's just do what we have now. And you always draw lightly first. And then you come back and then you draw darker. And usually doing women's legs, if you're doing a straight leg, basically I'll just do a straight line to start it out with. I don't try to put any curves in it in the beginning. I might put curves in the other side, but on the inside, it's like a straight leg. So notice her foot should be right here. So let's just do the foot, this, and then we'll do the leg. So the calf, and this is really rough. I'm just trying to see if the leg is going to be too short or too long. So to me, it's thick, one, but might be a little too short. Let me see if I do this base again. Let's say the base comes out like this. And this is just, you look at things in its basic shape. This is a triangle to me. That's what I see, a triangle. And then I'll just chop that triangle up later. So, and it comes out about right here. So I would say the foot can come here. So that gives me a little extra room to play with. So foot is going to be here. And then make that foot a little bigger. You know what? It would help if I had my glasses on. It really would. But I'll get them in a second. The calf, the knee, the thigh. And I might have to change colors because it's too long, but I can drop her head down some more because we have to figure out where the base is. So if the knee is here, let me get another color. Everything is determined on something else, if I'm saying that right, because if her knee is here, the top of the base is just above that. So my base is way up on her thigh, so I'd have to find that knee and then find where that base is. This is what I'm saying about measuring things. People want to draw what they see, and then when it doesn't come out, they don't understand why. And one reason is because they don't look at where things are relevant to other things. So if I draw this, and I draw this knee right here, and just do the oval for the knee, and then I will do her inner thigh, outer leg, outer thigh. So the knee is here, so that base would be about right here, and kind of close too. So let's say about right here, coming down. And then you're looking at negative space. And negative space is this white space where nothing's there. This would be your positive space where something's in it, and your negative space. So you want to try to keep that shape also. And that helps to make your picture look more like it's supposed to look like. So if I put that leg here, let me see if this is too long first of all. Because that hand has to be on that base, and that hand has to be long enough to fit that, to hit her shoulder. So let's do the base. And that's why you'd have to have great eye-hand coordination. There are a few people that I know that can really do this, can just start with the head and work their way down without any sketch lines. And I envy those people. I can't do it. I envy them though. And then that leg is coming up. It's not going straight across. It's coming up at an angle. So you'd have to still do that. The foot, you'll see part of the foot here. And then it comes up at an angle. And as I say, all this is subject to change. You want to get your basic shapes in there first. Then you step back and you look and you see, is it going in the right direction? And then you can change it without having to erase so much. But you don't want to bear down on your pencil or something else. I don't know if I just said that or not, but you don't want to bear down on your pencil because you just leave a lot of dark pencil marks that can't be erased. Now, if you're used to drawing men a lot, then chances are your woman might become bulky, thick and bulky. So that's something you're going to have to work on, is slimming down. And if you master drawing a woman, then drawing a man is really simple. So I'm getting this hand, and this hand, it slopes up like this. This could also be kind of a triangle. If I did a triangle here, like that, then you have this first finger, the pointer finger, then the thumb, and then you just start carving out the parts that you need, or the shapes that you need from that basic triangle. And as I said, right now, I'm just trying to get the basic shapes there. So her arm is coming up. It's not straight up, it's coming up at an angle too. So it's going to go back just a little bit to maybe about right there. So I would have to drop the shoulder. As you see, that's a very thick arm. And this is from the movie. This is from the new Spider-Man movie that's coming out. By the time you see this, it might be already out, but I believe she's a teenager. I haven't seen the movie because it's not out yet. I believe she's a teenager, so she doesn't have really broad shoulders. And then I will pull out my little example paper later about drawing the female parts, but let me get the shapes in here first and see what we have. Because she's turned at an angle, her center line is going to be about right here and comes down, and it's going to twist. So it's going to be like right here, comes down and twists about right there. So right off the bat, I have to pull this back. Looking at my negative space, you can see that her foot comes way back here. So it leaves a space like, it comes up, and we're looking at the foot, it comes up in the crotch and then the leg. So that negative space is like this, and then you have the hand here, then you have the base, and then you have that round ball, and the other part of the base comes down. So which her knee is, if that's a round ball, her knee is right about here, starting her calf. So this is that negative space right here, which mine is not like that. So that's things I'm saying you have to start adjusting. Now if I drew dark, or if I started detailed with the head and I got way down here and I messed up, I'd be mad and I'd have to throw it all away, and I could have wasted I don't know how many hours drawing the detail in the webs and her eyes just right, and then get down here and I ink it and I see something wrong. And that's the thing that frustrates you as an artist, and you start giving up. And a lot of people probably have had great artistic talent, but one, never had a teacher to teach them, and two, they just gave up because they didn't know what they were doing or couldn't see what they were doing enough to be able to correct their mistakes. So this is why I came on the scene. So right now I'm just drawing my negative space to make this fit in. And this is black, as you can see. So you don't have to worry about drawing a muscle, because a lot of beginning artists, they're fascinated by muscle. They want to put so many muscles into their character, and the muscles are not right. And then again, they step back and they look at it and they try to figure out what's wrong. But I tell people, don't worry about muscles until you can get the body right, get the form of the body right, because muscles twist. Whenever you move, a muscle is going to twist in a different direction. And if you don't have it right, then it's going to be messed up. So, all right. So let's work on this angle of this leg a little bit more. Well, what was I saying? I was saying something, but I had to pause the video and do something. So I forgot what I was saying, but I'm sure it was a wonderful saying, but I can't remember. So maybe it wasn't that wonderful. All right. So working on the angle of this leg and her hand, the hip, the back. And as I said, she's a teenager. She has a backpack on. talking about muscles. Whenever you're drawing something that has clothes on it, clothed, and it's not like a one piece like she has on, or like Superman's thing, you don't have to worry so much about muscles. So I'm going to assume that this black piece here is in the center. I might have to look look up her costume to see what's going on with that. Is that just, it looks off center, unless that that point is off center. So I'll just do this and then this. And once I get the shape in right, then I'll start doing some women anatomy without this to show you. So whenever you do a woman's face, I always do a point for a chin and not a square like the man's face. Draw the head all the way. Draw the neck all the way. The neck might be a little high. Might be a little high. It is a little high. Pull out my mighty eraser. And you always draw the body without the clothes first. That way you know everything is proportioned. So because she has a little neck here, that's throwing me off. And I'll just do what I know to do, which is what is right. So if I put the head here. The neck is going to go back like this because she's actually turning her head. But I guess the hood is probably coming in and cutting across her neck. So I'll do what I know to do, which is, like I say, which is right, the right way to do it, and then put the hood on to cover the best way that I know that it's covering. As I said, you can't see in here. I can see mine. I don't know why that's not coming out. Maybe the light is not light enough. I mean, but it is like, what time is it? Like 4 o'clock in the morning. Couldn't sleep, so I got up, decided to do a video. And then the forearm, which is a little higher, about right here. So if you brought that up, that's almost close to her hand. So I brought that up, that's almost close to her hand. And to me, I'm looking at mine is a little bigger. So I would have a little more room in here. So I'm just looking right now to measure. And then that wrist, that hand, just do like that for now. Just to get that shape. So, almost done with the hard part. She has a book bag on, so we're not going to see too much back. The tricep, and I still didn't put my glasses on. Let me put my glasses on. All right, now I can see. Now, I guess it's not, my vision is not too bad if I got this far without my glasses, but now I can see more detail, like make the face wider. Now, a teenager is going to have a bigger head than an adult, one thing. So yeah, I can actually see that they actually come up on her breasts. So yeah, before I couldn't see that. So let's do this. Let's get the breasts and then the uniform, because it's at an angle like this. They come like this at a far angle because she's throwing this arm back, which is going to raise this side of her chest, and this arm's down, so that's going to lower that side of the chest. It's like if you put raise one hand, one side of your chest would go up, the other side would go down. So I can see it now. I can see clearly now. The blur is gone. Yeah. yeah, that's why I'm an artist and not a singer. So this is out a little far. And now I'm being picky. This comes down. You have that. You have her hip. That goes up under the thing. You have her delts right here. Bicep. Forearm, which needs to be longer. So I'm looking at her shoulder. Her shoulder needs to come up more. So this needs to be like about right here. It comes around her neck. So this comes around, it would be like that. Draw through. So yes. We have that forearm that comes way up here, a little up here. Measuring again, the forearm is going to come right at that narrow point on her arm. Go up, bicep. And as I've said, women don't have that many, I don't want to say curves, they don't have that many bulges as a man would. So if you're drawing a woman and a woman character and it's something about it, check the bulges. She doesn't bulge out. Her biceps and triceps and all that don't bulge out as much. And the younger you are, the less bulging you'll do. So like that, because her hood is going to be down here. So just getting the basic shapes now. Now let's pause for a brief intermission. Now a woman, a man, when you do a man, it's more like this. And then you have your arms and your head. A woman, when I do a woman, I'll start out, what do they say? The hourglass figure. You know, if there was an hourglass right there, you have that hourglass figure. Now, drawing what they say is your hips. What is it, 34, 36, 24, 36? So that means if your shoulders were 36 and your waist was 24, your hips should be 36. So that means if you bring a straight line down, just 36 inches, that's 36 inches. Comes into 24, goes back out to 36. Me personally, I like to make my hips a little wider. That's just me. But you will be shaped like that. So you're gonna be, whereas the man just comes straight down and you can do his crotch like that, you're gonna have to have the woman come in and then come out more like that. So the same thing, if you turn a man to the side and have the crotch and it comes kind of straight down, almost down a little bit, you have to have a woman. Well, the guy is going to be like, let's just say 42, 24, 27, something like that. So if you turn a woman to the side, and I usually kind of try to stay with this triangle shape, you do this, then you come out like that. So if it comes down like that, and as I said, the shoulders are going to be narrower, definitely more narrower than a man. Your crotch, I bring that up more. Whereas a man's would like that, I'll bring a woman's up more into a point and leave some room for the lady bits. And then you have the legs, which are more slimmer than a man's. Because if I drew a guy's leg, his legs got to be more bulky like that. And then the knee, and then the calves, like that. Whereas a woman, you need to keep it slim. She works out at the gym. She's trying to keep that fat off. You got to keep it slim. Almost to the point where it's almost straight, especially the inside. And that's kind of like a practice thing. You're going to have to just practice drawing women. Just look on Google, look at like some models, bikini models or something like that, and start drawing them. Now to do the breasts, I did a video on breasts. You have your center line, it comes up, you have your shoulders, and this is the same thing with the man, but just less with the woman. somewhere at the neck, you want to draw a heart. You just want to draw a heart like that. Center line. But you want to turn that heart upside down. So you want to just turn the heart upside down. Now you can make that heart as big as you want or as small as you want, the size of the breast. Like that. That's basically, that's the quickest way to do breast. And then your delts are right here. And then your bicep is right here. And then your forearm is right there. And that's the quickest way to do a female. I'm looking for a pen. Ink what I got for you. And as I say, you want to have curves, but you don't want to have bulk. So you want to have a little curve, sucks in, a little more curve, a little curve, sucks in, a little more curve. You have your breast that comes, you have your, what is that? Your delts comes out, and then your breasts are actually kind of connected to it, kind of like that. The other one here, it goes into your delt again. You have a little curve here. Woman, you're not going to draw a lot of lats like you do a man. If this was a guy here, you have your delts, your biceps, your forearms, and then you'd have your lats come out like that to give them that V tapered shape. And then your collarbone, shoulders, neck, which is just a V, and comes up. Square chin. Remember I said the chin on the woman is going to be pointy and the chin on the man is going to be squared off. And you have your chest like that, and then there's your man, there's your abs. So your woman, you don't want to have abs. You just kind of like just a little bit under here. Most times I'll keep it under the breast. I'll keep the waist under the abs under the breast. Depending on if she has her arm out, then maybe I'll do, because you have to have a little underarm somewhere. So, but then bring it down in and you curve it out like so. Now a woman's going to have a curve, let's say the crotch. Here you're going to have that hip bone here. And then where this meets, it's going to come back out a little bit more. So it's kind of like a double thing, like you can't see that it's on the black. There, so it's going to curve in here and then back out like that. So then you have your shape of the woman, and then I don't really put abs on a woman. I'll just do the center line and then the wall. I don't know what you call this area right here. And then if I have to, I'll just bring it down. But I don't just stick abs on a woman because to me it doesn't look right. So then you have your collarbone, which goes to your arms. You have your shoulder for a woman. Your shoulder for a woman, yes. I'm ahead of myself. Small neck, and instead of round like this, I will bring it and I'll slope it down more like that. Instead of having it bulky like that. So basically you want to keep your lines without being bulky, keep them smooth, and then you can just add a little muscle. I don't go crazy and try to put veins and so forth and so on. And as I say, your legs should be slim as well. Even that leg could be a little slimmer, a lot slimmer. And then your knee, and then your calf. Like that. Keep the woman's legs slim. They could be tall but slim. So as I just said, my hips are wide. I could have narrowed her hips down. If this was an anime, her hips would be, way down here. But my natural, when I started, I don't know why I started drawing wide hips. Maybe because what I was seeing, because I used to look at the models. It's like the old magazines. You'd have like the lingerie models, and then your bikini models, and maybe they just had big hips or something. I don't know, but I never really drew the little slim. To me, it just looks too slim, I guess. So anyway, there's a quick thing. And it's from the side, again, when you do the breast, because that's one of the main things, you have your center line, you start your point up here, you do your heart, again, there, you have your shoulders, your delts right there. Again, it comes down, your delts, your breast is gonna come up into your delts like that. So your delts are going to be here. Arm, a little bone for the inside of the stomach. Here, narrow waist, and then hips. like that. And if you twist the hips, if they twist, then you know that's the center line. So the crotch has to be here, and you have to have a little twist in your female. So yeah, quick female anatomy thing. Gave me a break on doing this. So, and back again, what I said one more time. When I do a face, the man's a square. The woman, I always do a point. You can always unpoint it later. And then the neck should be narrower than the jawbone. Whereas the man, to make a powerful man, I'll have that neck come right up alongside his jawbone. Whereas a woman, you want to have it to come in. You don't want to have a woman with a thick neck like that. And you don't want to have a man with a little narrow neck, especially if he's a superhero or something. So, back to the show. Okay, let's work on, I'm kind of satisfied with what I have now. So let's bring that waist in some more, because her lats are going to, if her shoulders are coming down here, this is the center. So that's going to be this here. That's going to be her torso right there. Stomach comes down, so her back is going to be about right there. The center line here, the chest, which being a teenager, is not going to be very big, comes up and into the lat. This one is up here, and her shoulder is higher. Her shoulder's got to be about right here, but her hood is covering that up because her arm is going to be bent back and come back. So I can actually almost lift this arm up a little, but I think I like it like that. Make this a little more skinnier. And then the hand. So these are the fingers. This is where the thumb comes around. This is the palm. And this is the other palm. And that's still too big for me. And that's one reason why I use 2 colors. I actually do 3 colors, but I don't pull the third one out until I'm so mixed up that I have no idea where I am. Sort of thing. And I think she's doing the little spider thing with her hands, the little spider symbol. This is a statue, as I said. I should have said that earlier. It could be bought on, what is that website? SideshowCollectibles.com. And I'll have the word flash up there. So you can go check this out. And I want to say this is probably about a $400 statue or more. $300 to $500 is usually what their statues run, because their statues are really big, one, and they're highly detailed too. So, and yeah, female statues usually tend to be, I don't want to say more than the men's statues, but yeah, this is probably about 3 to 5. And as I said, I'll put that price right up here right about now, because when I finish, I'll go check out to see how much this thing actually costs. I used to collect statues back in the day when I had the money and less bills, but now I want to get back into it. But realistically, they just sit on your shelf and collect dust. So if I spend $500 on a statue and it sits there, you know, I'll look at it for a couple of weeks and like, oh, that's nice. But after a couple of weeks, the newness has kind of wore off, and I'm like, you know what I could have did with that $500? So the stripe around her hip, let's do that. And I'm pretty much finished the anatomy part, which is the part that you guys need. Now after that, I'll just do a speed drawing and put in the details, but I want to just touch up a little bit more on the anatomy, and I want to walk away from it before I do anything else, and then look at it, come back and look at it, because I always say walk away from your drawing and then come back and look at it and see what's off or what's not. Like there's too much lump on this leg here, except for in the blue part and the knee. Now, am I going to do the Broadway signs and all that? I don't know. I might. We'll see what happens. So the arm is here. The foot comes about right here into the hand. Or that leg comes right here into the hand. And usually I'll turn my paper. I always turn my paper when I draw. I'm just kind of like we're trying to resist it right now. But when I ink, I'll turn it. And there are light lines in the black. You can see this one here, but you can't see the one over here. You can barely see what's up here. You can't see like in the knee here. You might be, like I say, in the final cut, maybe after I edit it and upload it, it'll be a little clearer, but I'll leave that shine when I do the black because it's going to be black. So the foot, and my throat is dry. Need a drink. I don't drink coffee. I just need a drink of water. I'm not a coffee person. When people get up first thing in the morning, they gotta have their coffee. If not, they just chew out the whole world. I'm not that person. I can just get up, put my clothes on, and go, and I'm good. Because what if there was a coffee shortage in the world? And I wrote a story about that, about the coffee disappearing. I'm not going to tell you because somebody will say, that's great, and steal my story. So, yeah. If you're one of those people and coffee disappears from the world, what's going to happen to you? Working on this a little bit more. This knee juts out and then comes up like this. And as I say, because the costume, you won't have to worry about muscles too much. Stay away from the muscles until you really learn the shape of the body. Then you can add the muscles. Okay, let's do this hand. This hand. Women's hands are, and because I'm not gonna say perspective, the line, you can see the top of this, so I can't think of that line, is high. So you see the fingers, so the fingers will curve around. 1, 2, 3 fingers. And the third one is very barely in there. There's another one there, but I don't think you can actually see it. I can't see it in this. Make her skinnier here. Elbow. Make the tricep a little narrower. Bicep, don't give it so much curve. And then this, you can see just a little bit of muscle here, like there, and a little bit in the arm, a little here, make that even smaller. Now, happy with the body, let's do the hood. Everybody's like, do the face, do the face. So yeah, let's do the face real quick. Always do the whole head. The nose is about right here. The eyes. The other eye. And I'm using blue. I forgot that I was using blue. And I can always bring that head out a little bit more because she is a teenager. Round spider eyes. Her nose is really high with this mask. I'm just going over the eyes a couple of times so I can get that right shape, because her eyes are really close to the edge of her face. So, okay, now let's do the hood in red. Comes down to the cheeks. So about right here, and it goes out and it comes down to the chest. So we have this one, comes out, there's shadow, but you can still see that eye. It covers, there's a dip right here. So this comes in and just comes around like that. You still see some face. Dip here, it's high here. Covers just a point of that eye, comes out and back up and down to the point of the chest. Like that. So we have, and when you draw close, you're going to always have an edge like that. You see this little edge that comes around. It's not just one line, it's a second line to show that there is a thickness to that. So you want to come up here, point, turns into like a square thing, comes back around to here, like that, and then this line is straight there. Now this is where you back off and you look to see if you got these shapes right, because I'm just eye-hand coordination right now. So this could be a little more lump here. There's a bit of a lump. It sucks in, and this actually could go out more. So just because. And then it curves in. Now it's time for the blue, because her neck does come in like this and then back like that. That was throwing me off. This comes around about like that. I don't know if you can see, you cannot see that inside. So right off the bat, that's too high. I'm seeing that now. So drop that hood. Drop it. And this is stuff I would do in the fast motion, because drawing takes a long time. I'm quick at drawing. A lot of people say, how are you so fast? I'm actually quick at drawing. I'd be a lot quicker if I wasn't talking and trying to show it to you. But yeah, this is some stuff, and this hood is giving me a little bit of trouble, so I will fix this fast motion. But let me fix this eye. Let me do these eyes, which could be a little bigger. Need a sharper pencil. Which will be bigger because you have a pink outline. And then the inside will be the blue outline. I'll open it up more. Once again, I'm going to do that in fast motion, but once I get started, it's hard for me to actually just stop, pause my camera, and then redo the whole thing. So again, this hood is down low. You won't see that much head. Maybe I'm looking at the shadow as well. Drop it down anyway. So we have that crease right here, that crease right here, curves in and in. Looking at my monitor, not too shabby. Let's draw the backpack, and then let's fast forward this thing. So it goes around here. It's not round, it's flat. And then cuts across her arm. Cuts across, cuts under her arm, the back. And she's got drumsticks, because I was looking at this online the other day, and if you go to the website, they show you different angles of the statue, because they have one statue with an interchangeable head. It's her actual face without the mask. But I thought it would be easier because Spider-Man without the mask is really kind of not Spider-Man. So Spider Gwen without her hood is really not Spider Gwen. So this comes across, and I believe it goes across her stomach. And as I was saying, she has drumsticks. I guess she's a drummer in the movie. She plays in a band, maybe. I haven't seen the movie. It's not out yet. Pocket. And the straps. And then, let's just do the sign real quick. The pole. And this saves me from doing background, because usually, no, I don't do background in these drawings. I want to draw that picture. I usually do backgrounds in my action pose position videos. So, all right, let's see. My camera just wanted to stop, like it stopped or something. Is this thing still recording? Anyway, I'll stop for a second and I'll look at this and see where it needs to be adjusted. Then I'll come back and I'll start inking it. All right. So there you have it. Now I started at 4 o'clock this morning, and I went back to bed around about 6. No, I went back to bed about 4 or 5 o'clock. So about 5 o'clock, and I jumped up about 9. So I had a few hours to get my eye off of what I was doing. So I came back and I tweaked it a little bit, and then after inking it, it's just so open, as in there's not a lot of line detail, so forth. I decided to color it. So there you have the Spider Gwen completed. Now let's remove this. Now the colors I put in there, I really don't know if you can see those colors good. Hopefully, as I say, when I put it up, you'll be able to see it. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit, like on the face or something. So yeah, as I said, hopefully you can be able to see it a little better when I do upload it. So there you have it, the Spider Gwen. So hope that you enjoyed it. Hope that you picked up a few things about drawing the female bodies, and I will draw some more female characters as we go on. And I guess that's going to be it for this video. Color that more because it is shadowed over here as well. So, all right, that's it. I can play with this thing all day, but I wasn't really trying to, you know, do much to the background. Just the background was just the background. We cared about drawing the body and the character. So that's it. I will see you guys on the next upload. All right, I'm out.